The grandfather clock chimed 3 a.m. I wouldn't have noticed. Sleep had become a luxury I could no longer afford. Grief, stress, a strong imagination, I told myself, pushing the greasy strands of hair out of my face. I ran a finger down the cold glass pane of the window. Rain lashed against it, wind keening like a mournful song. A perfect night for staying tucked under the covers with a good book and a cup of hot cocoa. Instead, I sat in the flickering light of a single candle, staring into a mirror. It wasn't doing much, though. No creepy visages leering back at me from the glass. No ghastly specters reaching out with skeletal fingers. Just my own pale, tear-streaked face, framed by unruly dark hair that always seemed to be falling in my eyes. Behind me, the grandfather clock chimed again. This time 5 minutes passed. Had I really been sitting here that long? The rain had stopped. I listened. Silence. Too heavy now, the oppressive quiet of the old house pressing in around me, muffling the distant thrum of traffic and the rhythmic sigh of air conditioning units struggling against the humidity of the summer night. Footsteps on the stairs, heavy, dragging themselves upward. My breath hitched. Was I imagining things? Strained to listen. Footsteps on the stairs. Someone dragging themselves up the stairs, slowly, deliberately. There were 3 steps at the top of the stairs leading to my floor. 3 slow, deliberate steps, then a pause. Was someone up there, in the attic? I told myself it was ridiculous. The house had been empty for years. My realtor had assured me of that. Yet every creak and groan of the old house set my nerves on edge. Every whisper sent a fresh jolt of fear through me. Whispers. I told myself it was just the house settling, the old walls breathing, the pipes sighing. Sometimes in the middle of the night I would wake up to the sound of voices. Voices just beyond hearing, muttering, murmuring, calling my name, always my name. And then the scratching. At first it was barely audible, a faint scraping sound like the claws of a cat on the plaster. But now it was getting louder, more insistent. Beneath the floorboards above me, directly above where I was sitting, someone or something was moving about up there. It was getting closer. I wanted to scream, but my throat was hoarse with terror. I could feel the vibrations in the floor now, the pulse of movement as whatever was up there lumbered closer. Then it stopped right above me. I held my breath, listening intently. What was it? What was up there? My fingers trembled as I reached out to strike a match. My mind reeled, grasping at straws. What if the house was haunted? I shook my head, dispelling the thought. It was just an old house making noises. An old house with a basement that flooded during storms, windows that rattled in their frames, a front door that moaned in the breeze. But the scratching continued, now accompanied by the scrape of furniture being dragged across the floor. And then a voice, faint, reedy, ancient. It rasped, "Let me out. Let me out." My blood ran cold. Whatever was in the attic wanted to come down the stairs, wanted to come after me. I scrambled back, knocking over the chair and sending the candle plunging to the floor. Flames leaped and danced in the suddenly darkened room. Shadows flickered on the walls, taking on grotesque shapes. The voice hissed, "Let me out. Let me out." And then I heard the scrape of nails on wood, slow and deliberate. They were coming down the stairs. Whatever was up there was coming after me. I ran, stumbling blindly through the darkness, my fingers scrabbling for purchase on the wall. The scratching grew louder, closer. Then I felt it, a fetid breath on the back of my neck, icy fingers curling around my shoulder. I screamed, my voice echoing through the empty house. But the attic stairs were in shadow, silent except for the pounding of my heart. I didn't dare turn back to look. I didn't want to see whatever was standing there watching me run. I kept going blindly, desperately, until at last, panting, I burst through the front door and into the night. The old house stood dark and silent behind me, the wind snatching my words away. Did anyone hear me? Did anyone care? I didn't stop running until I reached the safety of my car, the motor a comforting roar in the sudden quiet. As I fumbled with my keys, I could have sworn I heard the sound of footsteps on the pavement behind me, slow and deliberate, getting closer. But when I finally dared to look back, the street was empty. The house dark and brooding in the gathering gloom, a malevolent presence hunched on the horizon. Relief flooded me, sweet and intoxicating. I had gotten away. I was safe. For now. I slammed the car door, fumbled for my keys, then paused, listening intently. The scratching again. Not behind me, but inside the car, coming from beneath the floorboard on the passenger side. It was as though whatever had been in the attic had followed me, had somehow gotten into my car. And then I heard it, the rasping voice close to my ear. Let me out.